Hey everybody, welcome back to Goshen Prepping. Something strange happening the past few days. My knees really started hurting. And you may be thinking, well, maybe it's martial arts because I'm kicking people too much or getting kicked too much. It's maybe because of my age. Maybe it's arthritis setting in. Maybe it's because of what I ate. And that's exactly what it is. Because if you know me, I've talked about in the past, I was on keto. I also follow carnivore now. There's lots of different diets like that, like paleo too. I've never been on paleo before. But what I noticed was this. Over the past few years, as I transitioned to morbidly obese, to barely being able to walk and being in pain all the time, I looked at my little kiddos and said, I've got to do something to change that. And so I started researching what to eat as far as eating right. And there's certain foods that I cut out. I mean, I eat very low carb. I'm not going to say I don't eat any carbs at all, but very low carb. I don't eat any wheat. I don't eat any corns. I don't eat any nightshades. I try to stay away from all that. And it's not because I read some kind of recipe and says, don't eat this stuff. Even though after reading and researching and everything, it said, don't eat that stuff. I started noticing that the lack of pain is not what I noticed. But once in a while, just like right now, I'll go off my diet. I'll do that for a couple of days sometimes, especially if we're about to take a trip or something's going on. And I'm going to go off my diet for a couple of days. No big deal. I may even gain a few pounds, but I'll come right back off again once I go back on my diet. Unlike back then, I could never get it off. Now it's a lifestyle and it's great. But here's what it is. While I'm on my diet, my pain is gone. It's very interesting. But then I go off my diet for a couple of days and I feel like an old man. I feel like I can barely walk. I feel my legs. Oh my gosh, my knees hurt so bad. And it's a very common occurrence. Now, I mean, you think as humans, like a Pavlov's dog thing, where literally you ring a bell and start drooling, you think that'd be like, oh, this knee pain, maybe I shouldn't eat any of those foods at all. And even when I go off my diet, I still try not to eat things like wheat and corn and stuff because they're really just really bad for you. They're horrible. But in a couple of days, just going off my diet a little bit, even having a little bit of carbs, a little bit more normal, my knees and my body too, sometimes my back really starts telling me, oh, why did you do this to me again? So here's the question. Does that mean my arthritis is caused by the wrong foods? No, my arthritis is caused by my age. It's caused by being a runner like I used to be. It's probably caused by martial arts. It's caused by life. That's exactly what life does as you get older. But the pain is manageable. I totally don't have to even take a single pill to keep that pain away. All I have to do is eat right. But the problem is nobody looks at this. And it's because of modern medicine. Modern medicine is not about preventative care. It's about, here, go ahead and just trash your whole body. And here's some pills for you to take to counteract those trashing effects. All right. With that, I made a video a few days ago, if you watched it, talked about the 5 over-the-counter drugs you want to keep on hand. And I 100% stick by this. I stand by this. Especially like ibuprofen and acetaminophen, multiple reasons, but at least for killing pain. Listen, crap, it's the fan. We're talking about a collapse. You're talking about you're going to be in pain no matter what diet you're on. And having some of those pills there for the wear and tear to be able to survive, I think is a very advantageous thing. Keeping them on hand, for sure. I always want to be prepared for anything. Listen, you buy them and you don't have to worry about taking them, then that's great, but at least you had them. But we're told in our modern medicine that if you have pain, take something for it. Here's some ibuprofen or some naproxen, whatever. I'm a doctor. I'm a physician. The whole medical establishment is based on this. Drugs and surgery. Drugs and surgery. That is the focus of modern medicine. And I was very disillusioned with that, by the way, even though I still love surgery. It's just the whole thing is based on trying to fix the problems when we should be teaching them don't get in the problems in the first place. Now, I get it. A lot of people, I didn't listen to it back when I was obese. A lot of people are like, I want to live my life and who cares about that? Just give me the pill after. And that's fine, to each their own. But at least they should try to fix what's causing it in the first place rather than covering up with a pill. So here's the thing. The pain I'm having in my knees obviously is not random. It's inflammation. Inflammation is horrible. And the foods that I eat when I'm off my diet cause this. For me anyway, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire. And you literally may ask, why do you do that? It's because, again, if we're traveling or something, it's easier and it's nice to have a break sometimes. And I'll deal with pain for a few days. It's pain. You just deal with it. Then after a few days, I back on my diet. It gets back out of my system. And then it's funny because once the pain's gone, I don't really think about it so much until I go off the diet again. But for me, there's certain things that I can't eat. And I think most people are along these lines, but everybody's different a little bit. So listen, I'm going to tell you mine now, but I want you to tell me if there's certain ones for you that cause these problems. And if you don't know, this video is for you. This is what you should be researching and looking into, because if you have a lot of pain and you're a pill popper all the time, maybe it's your food. In fact, it probably is. But for me, sugars is a big one, especially refined sugars. But I try to stay away from any carbs at all. For me, wheat products are a huge no-no. Corn, a huge no-no. Seed oils, huge no-no. Any processed food, no way, I don't touch it. And then, this is the one I struggle with, nightshades. I can honestly, I love tomato sauce. I love pizza. I can actually make a carnivore pizza. Well, truth be told, my wife makes it. It's incredible. And it's amazing. There's no sauce on it. I can be okay not having red sauce. That's fine. But potatoes, I'm okay with that too. But peppers, I'm a big pepper kind of guy. I love the pepper and the spiciness and such. But when I am truly following my diet, I don't have any of that stuff. And it's not one of those things where it used to be. Back in the day when I was seriously obese, I tried everything. I tried Weight Watchers and I tried everything for the portion control. And one meal a day works well. But when I went on this diet, I was doing it to lose weight, not realizing that the reason I couldn't walk around the house without looking like an old man was because of the food. And as I started eating the right foods to lose weight, I noticed that I don't have the pain anymore. So as long as I follow my recipe of not eating these foods, I feel great. And again, why would I eat those foods again if it makes me feel horrible? Well, just because it's easy. Our whole modern life is based on, we love flavor. The whole point of like holidays and feasts and everything that go along with that is because the emotional attachment to it. You know what I'm saying? That we're not these Spock people who just walk around. It is illogical to eat, nightshades. We like to experience life. And I do that on occasion. And if anything, it reminds me to get back on my diet again. But I want to ask you, have you noticed there's certain things that you can't eat? I bet you anything, most of them are along the same list. Okay, maybe you have GI issues and there's certain things you can't eat with your GI issues. The thing is, I don't need to be a physician to understand this. In fact, being a physician, I didn't understand this because modern medicine is not based on preventative care. It is based on prescriptions and drugs and surgery and fixing things afterwards. I don't need a study. I can feel it. I don't need somebody to tell me all this. I know it. And it's because of what I have dealt with in my life. And here I am. I went for me, my transformation is amazing. This is not like a bragging thing. I hope it doesn't sound this way. But I went from like this seriously overweight, obese guy who could barely walk. My feet would go numb. I'd have blood sugar problems all the time. I was heading to type 2 diabetes, probably was already there, to now a world champion martial artist where I'm always off I go. And I love challenging my students, adult students too, that I can still kick higher than them and kick them in the head. It's good and it's healthy. Kicking someone in the head, I guess that's healthy. But again, it sounds like I'm bragging. That's not it at all. I just want you to understand, metaphorically speaking, the proof is in the pudding. It's all about what you eat. And unfortunately, we're not taught from day one, look, here's some baby food. Got to make sure you start eating the right way your whole life. Maybe you've had parents have told you that. But modern medicine, our whole modern system is not about food. They want you to think that you can go everywhere and eat whatever you want and enjoy whatever kind of food or restaurant you want, and everything will be fine. But the thing is, you won't be. It's totally backwards. We love to manage the symptoms after having that bad diet with pharmaceuticals and everything. That's terrible. But that's what we do. I'm simply just challenging you, see if there's certain things that will actually make you feel horrible when you eat it. Now, that whole video where I talked about having some ibuprofen, acetaminophen, et cetera, on hand, people came out of the woodwork and gave in their 2 cents, like, ibuprofen's terrible, it'll tear up your stomach. And for some people, that's true, not everybody. And they talked about how toxic they were. Then they came through and said, well, you should be taking things like turmeric or ginger or omega-3s or magnesium or calcium. And they started giving all their natural remedies they should be taking. But I question you, why are you taking anything in the first place when it comes to these pains? To each their own. You want to take ibuprofen? You want to take ginger? To each their own. I'm just simply trying to give you remedies. But I will challenge you, maybe you should be looking at your diet in the first place, and that way you don't have to take the modern medicine or natural remedies. I think both of them we should be living our life so you don't have to take any of that stuff. I'm all for the natural remedies, but I want you to understand something. Please listen to me very carefully. Sure, I'm not debating the modern medicine stuff is good for you, not at all. But, even like natural stuff still has side effects too. Do you realize that? I mean, it may not be as toxic as these, it may not be as problematic as these, but certain things over here also have side effects. And that's why if you're on some kind of pharmaceutical, because of whatever the case may be, you can't take these supplements or these things because it'll counteract with them. They're still changing your body chemically or physiologically speaking. And I'm not knocking them, I'm really not. Pharmaceuticals, naturals, it's your choice, guys. Listen, I've always tried to put as much truthful information as possible, and you make the final decision. But I'm simply just asking if you're actually taking anything to try to kill the pain. Well, I think you might want to look at food first as far as what's causing the pain. And have you ever considered that? Because the biggest difference in my life isn't what I took pharmaceutically speaking, it's what I realized I didn't eat before I finally had my eyes open and realized this is basically what's happening. And in connection to it, now I exercise, have flexibility. You should too. Lose some weight, get moving. Even if you can't run or do martial arts, just walk every day. Get outside. You'll never have a physician write your prescription saying go for a walk every single day. I've actually heard a few say that, but keep moving is what it's all about. But the thing is, life's not about perfection. It's about living your life. And sometimes I go off my diet a little bit, but I really want to live my life with my family and be here for a long time, because when I go off my diet for a couple of days, I'll be in pain. That's not much of a quality of life either. But it's not always about being, so rigid that you can't go off anything unless it does cause any major, major complications. Knee pain, it's a nuisance. I don't look at that as a major complication. But here's the thing. If you want to look at anything that might kill the pain for you, we know pharmaceuticals, a lot of them will actually cause heart issues, and even some natural stuff, at the very least, cost extra money to take those. I would ask you, maybe you're eating something that's causing it in the first place. You're dealing with joint pain, stiffness, inflammation, for sure. It may not be asking, what can I take for this? That's what we are trained to do. That's what I want you to think about. You're always trained, what can you take to get rid of this pain? You might be asking yourself, what's causing it in the first place? I hope this is helping you. So put in the comments below, what have you noticed? Have you found anything that makes it so you're not in pain anymore? So think about this, guys. Think about what you should be eating to possibly make it so the pain's not in the first place. So there's some food for thought for you. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.